The purpose of relationships. Everybody has a little black book. You know, the book in which you write up all the good things that people do for you, and then you subtract all the bad they do to you. Someday you do the math and decide whether a particular relationship is worth it or not. So how do you decide whether a relationship is worth it or not? People decide worth in terms of purpose. As soon as something does not serve its purpose anymore, the reason to keep it is difficult to find. But what is the purpose of relationships? There are two ideas that gives people a reason to carry on in a relationship if at a particular moment in time it may seem as if the relationship is in a deficit. The first reason is because of love. Love in a relationship translates to the commitment that you have already made. It does not have to be a romantic relationship. It can be friendship, family, or work related. The basis of every relationship is love and can be seen in the type of commitment that you make. The other idea that people have is that a relationship must be good for me. As soon as a relationship loses its goodness, why should I carry on with it? We must be clear on what we mean by good. It is much more than what I like. Good is a word from Genesis in the Bible. There the purpose of everything created is good. Good has two factors, according to the will of God, and the second factor is that it must help you to fulfill the life that God created you to live. A relationship becomes toxic when you love, but the relationship is not good anymore. Because you love, you deepen your commitment, even to the extent that your commitment is the only thing that carries the relationship. Your level of commitment makes you vulnerable. A toxic relationship is not short on commitment, it is short on goodness. While you are committed to this relationship, it prevents you from living the life you were called for. It is interesting when you read the Bible in the chapter in Genesis that constitutes all human relationships. In the relationship between Adam and Eve, we will search for the word that is not there. Love. Do you know what word is there? Goodness. For creating the goodness of God in another person is the ultimate purpose of a relationship. There is another word that describes this relationship. Helper. It brings to us the reality that it's very difficult, if not impossible, to create all the goodness in life that God has destined you for on your own. You have blind spots. When you search for a relationship, search for someone that can help you to live the goodness of God in your life. When you have to reflect on a current relationship, the question is not just whether there is love or not. The deciding factor is whether you can create a relationship that helps you live your divine calling.